Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently waiting out the truce on our niece here. She is currently truced for 18 months, so we need to burn another 18 months here. And the way I think that I'm going to do that is by going after this guy. We're truced. Okay. The way I think we're going to do that is by going after this guy. Fantastic. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think this duchy is the way to go. We will have to grant out Podor unless we end up getting this duchy. He will retain the emirate as he has other holdings. So that means that we're going to have to grant Podor independence, but that's fine. We just get these two counties. All looks good. They have 8,000 troops that they can bring to this. We're currently holding this. That's okay. We're not over our domain limit. So for the time being, I think we'll continue to hold it. Although, I didn't expect to be holding it, and it's pretty crappy. I'm going to grant it out. I'm going to grant it out just so that I remember later on. Okay. So let's take a look at our inventory here real quick. We could definitely repair some of these trinkets. We have equipped this currently. Let's sort by rarity. Controlled territory defender advantage over knights. I don't know. Number of knights is pretty strong. But I think we can get rid of the diamond studs and put this on here. Okay, there we go. And then we'll repair that, and we'll also repair our crown. Beautiful. So that's all done. Abandon this foolish endeavor immediately. We do not require additional children. Speaking of which, I want to check in on our succession. All looks good. Beautiful. Okay, so we don't need very many troops here. 10k is more than sufficient. They're walking into us. And they have quite a number. How long until our men-at-arms show up? 5 months. We might have to pull in some mercs here to counteract that. Ah, now that's interesting. Okay, yeah, serve me well. These guys are going to walk in on their own. This army stopped moving. They both stopped moving. Okay, so they're not interested in attacking us here anymore. Cool. Now, our men-at-arms are 5 months away. I don't know how real that is. Yeah, they just popped in now. So we're going to move in over here, and we can now easily defeat this army. No mercs required. That's all good. So we're going to start sieging here. It's only 26 days, but I want to move our trebuchets out as well as a decent number of troops, and then we'll move down over here. We'll arrive there in 23 days. Actually, let's chill here. Like that, and then we'll get going. We'll arrive here in how long? 23 days, and then this will be done in 22 days, so we won't take this attrition. Beautiful. So we're going to head on in like that, and now we're going to walk in and take their capital. We should definitely have a siege commander here. There we go. Cool. They've retreated off back this direction. That's fine. Not too concerned about that one. Demand artifact, huh? We decline. Their capital will be sieged very soon. And that won't be any sort of a problem at all. I'm checking supply limits around here. They're hot garbage. Okay. Good to know. We got this guy's son, so that's 25% war score. It could have been better, for sure. We will take prestige. Thank you very much. Now that's some constructions finishing up over here. We should definitely continue working on those because our income is not amazing, if I'm honest. So we'll grab a couple of those. Cool. And these guys will want to move in here. Ticking war score is now officially on our side. Cool. So we'll siege up over here. We'll see if they ever bring their army over. I do see that they're occupied over here. But that's not a war there that this guy's actually part of. So that must be an internal thing. Well, we'll head over this way. Well, hello there. An interesting choice, to be sure. They spread out their troops a bit here. This is questionable on their part. Their best troops are standing right here. The war's over, so we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Now, according to the rules of the game, of course, we are required to grant out this county, so we will grant that over to... What am I doing? Grant you independence. We need to grant this independence. There we go. Perfect. That was a little awkward. We need to grant these over to nobles of the Norse culture. Beautiful. Okay. So there's that territory under our control. Let's check in on this niece here. How we doing? 6 months. Okay. So we can grab War Profiteer or Detailed Ledgers. I'm going to go for Detailed Ledgers for the moment. Putting us at a decent amount of monthly income. I like it. Now we clearly need to take back more territory over here. We can upgrade Bedford, and we will certainly do so. 30 gold, this is acceptable. Okay. Anything to be upgraded over here? Not right now. There's a dangerous faction brewing. That surprises me right now. Oh, it's peasant rabble. This is irrelevant then. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. We don't want to spend money right now. We can vassalize Count Otter here. Consider it done. He would actually accept at high feudal obligations. Wow, he's really into this. Okay. I've never seen somebody willing to be vassalized at high obligations before. That's insane. Sure. I wouldn't mind going after this county here. Specifically, Kargopol, right here. Yeah, that would be fine. We could go after either of these, though, technically. They would both be acceptable. There's also this little chunk of Poland here, or this chunk of... I think that's Lotharingian? That is Lotharingian. Maybe we should go after that. I'm just checking to see if any of these claims are anything halfway useful. I mean, there's this one. We don't have a de jure. We're much better off just doing a county conquer on it. So let's go ahead and do that. He's got like 26,000 troops. So we will go ahead and raise up our troops here. We'll raise our men-at-arms and our levy troops. We know that we need at least like 30k. He just brought in a holy order. So that doesn't really change our calculus very much, honestly. This is fine. We're going to walk in and siege here. Sure, we accept that. Okay, so his troops are right here. I'm going to split off a small siege force here. We don't need many. So trebuchets, and this will honestly do it. So from here, we'd like to head on over and fight this force. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We catch this small force first. And yes, they're going to bring in reinforcements, but they're going to be very late here. It's pretty over. We managed to siege down their primary fort, or rather the, not primary fort. We managed to siege down the war goal fort. And from there, we're going to head in over here. Game? Why are you claiming that the chances are even here? We have 37,000 troops of a similar quality, with their leader being worse than ours. Sure, they're defending a river crossing. More men-at-arms counter? I beg to differ. I beg to differ. We have a similar number of heavy infantry, and our heavy infantry are better. Plus, we counter their cavalry with our spearmen, with our pikemen here. I don't understand why the game thinks that this is an even chance. We win this 100% of the time. It must have thought that this retreating force would participate in it. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, we captured him, so this war's actually over. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops, and of course we will hand these titles out. We'll revoke this lease, get out of here with that, and we will grant this to a noble of the Norse culture. Beautiful. Okay, so at this point we've definitely got, well, no, we declined that. We've definitely got this faction brewing here. It's not much of a faction. They can set their ultimatum in 8 months. This truce is now up. So we can revoke one of these 2 titles. Which one do we want to revoke? This one. For now. There we go. Now, can we revoke the other? Yes, actually. We still have a title revocation reason. Beautiful. So we grab that back, and that's all of this territory back under our control. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to grant out some of these temples. We would rather hold the castles than the temples, but we can hold the temples. So that's fine. We can grant this one out as well, and that puts us back up to 10 domain limit. Cool. So we're going to build our ship right here. What else can we do? We can build over here, farms and fields, and Buckingham is at low control. In fact, both of these are at pretty low control, so we should certainly increase control in both of these counties. So we'll start over here, and once that finishes, we'll increase control over here as well. I wish there was a way to provoke this peasant rabble to just go ahead and fire. That would be nice. Sadly, I don't believe that there is. And this is Anglo-Nordic and Catholic? Let's get to work on that, shall we? We'll start converting that, and we will promote culture. Actually, Anglo-Nordic is in all of these currently. So we'll get to work down here. Okay. So there we go. We can upgrade in Buckingham, which we will certainly do. Cool. And we're basically out of cash right now. But that's our realm put back together the way it was before the succession, plus a few extra little bits. So that's great. I wouldn't mind fighting the Byzantines at this time. In fact, that's a really, really good call. They're really weak at this moment. So let's take a look at what our claims are. Most of these are just straight up illegal for us to go for. Okay. So, we're going to have to find ourselves a duchy. Not that one. That's illegal. We could go after Kefalonia. It's only a single county. Or actually, no, it's not. It's 2 counties. That is an option. We'll have to take it at some point. Taking a look at Croatia here. This one is illegal. Okay. Upper Bosnia, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Nope. Well, we could, but it's only the 1 county. I think we're actually going to go after Kefalonia here. It's not great, but we have to get it at some point, right? So let's go ahead and get that. And honestly, this guy shouldn't be particularly concerned about defending this. This is not particularly valuable territory. So our marshal is dead, and we need a new one. So we'll go for this guy. Cool. And we become friends with this count. That's okay, too. So he has 6,000 troops. He's busy in other wars, and I don't expect him to be particularly useful here. We just inherited a temple. Order granted out. There we go. We don't need to hold that. Cool. So in we go. I'm not raising additional troops because I don't actually believe that he's going to do anything here. I believe he will not prioritize our war. I don't even know where he is. So we're going to grab these locations. Cool. We can found a university, and let's actually do it. Beautiful. We can now send our children, after we inherit here, to university for good educations. So that's great. We don't really have the cash to invest over here now. Yeah, that's all in that same control category. Bandits are currently running rampant here, but we're working on it. This guy wants to buy a truce from us. We can't declare on him, so we accept. Beautiful. Okay, this siege is virtually over. And at this point, we could siege our way up this way. We could also go after their capital. I think we're far more likely to run into their troops if we do that, and I'd rather not fight them at all. I'd rather just siege. We do see some troops over here. But let's just siege this. Should be okay. And eventually, these peasants will rebel. They can send their ultimatum at any time, but we can handle them. And there they are, actually. So, never. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. So we lose 25 control up here. In Hertfordshire, rather. So we definitely need to continue to improve our control. However, we will go ahead and raise up our troops here. How many are we going to need? Not many is the answer. This is more than enough at this point. Cool. So in we go. We can also grab ourselves the farms and fields here. Fantastic. So these guys are already dealt with, and we just completed our siege down over here. So we will continue to siege and then pop back up over here. Cool. This war is over, naturally. So that is now pacified. That does not give us back our control, though. So we'll have to work on that eventually. Cool. Showing the Duchess. Okay. So we definitely need to upgrade here. And we'll pop back over this way. We just arrived and are sieging this down now. Cool. So ticking war score is on our side, and we're just going to siege our way up this coast for the time being. It should be okay. We did lose our spy master, and we'll put in a new one. This king. Sounds good. We'll condemn that guy for his transgressions. And granaries have been constructed in London. That's always good. Okay. So we're making a small amount of money with our levy troops raised, or rather, without our levy troops raised, with our men-at-arms raised. But we want to make more. The Despot of Bulgaria is sieging our territory. I don't care about this. They can do that. That's fine. Fantastic. So we're going to head up over here. Oh, we got a keepsake. Sure. And some prisoners. We're at 52% war score at this time. So we will continue to siege up this coast. These baronies up here might take a little bit longer, but that is our next target. How long will this actually take? 2 months? That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Cool. No response whatsoever from the Byzantines, and that's exactly what we were hoping for. They're just giving this up. They're saying, you know what? That war doesn't really matter. I don't want to invest any resources in that when we've got bigger problems. Fair enough. Okay, so we're going to head down over here and siege that. We're now at 71% war score. We gained a stress level because our friend Otter died. And we now have a mental break going on. So we could become a confider. We would talk to Alexander. Is that our husband? No. A concubine? No. I don't know who Alexander is here. But sure, we'll become a confider. I don't know who we're confiding in, but we'll see. Let's see here. Talk to confidant. Ah, he's our friend. Okay, the Grand Duke of Novgorod. Sure. That's fine. Still drop a little bit of stress there. A granary infection, huh? In Buckinghamshire, we'll get 25 control level. Sure, the serfs will be resentful. I don't think we care about that. Done. That will finish that up much faster with the control growth here. That was just a 25% jump. Yeah, the popular opinion is not great, but that's okay. That is absolutely fine. It'll work its way back up eventually. Yeah. This will finish up quite soon. We did finish up a bunch of constructions out over here, and I would like to do a few more. We don't have this barony. I'm going to swap that for this temple. There we go. Fantastic. We also have this demand artifact, which we decline. And this siege will wrap up in 5 months. Sounds good. It's definitely taking a little longer than I would have hoped for this particular war. Once we get bombards, this will be a much better situation. Countess Gloth here, we can offer vassalage to. On normal feudal obligations. I love it. Do it. Fantastic. So that's great. We are continuing to spread our appendages, and that is absolutely fantastic. We're going to head in over here as soon as we're done with the siege. We no longer have enough troops to siege this. Okay. Well, in that case, we should definitely drop a rally point. I don't think we can drop rally points up here. We can drop a rally point over here and raise a few levy troops. And we'll bring them up over here. Can we give them an army organizer to march them faster? Do we have one? It's kind of a rare trait, but it would be a good one to have here. No, we don't have one. So it is what it is. We'll have to get up here in 50 days. That's fine. Between taking war score and finishing this siege, we should... Ooh, these guys are coming down. But we should be fine. And the war will be over before they get here, I think. They've decided not to attack us. War is about over. Yeah, there we go. War is now over, so we'll enforce those demands, disband our troops, and we'll need to grant these titles out, of course. This one as well as... Oh, I guess just that one. Ah, I see. She was vassalized. We could demand her conversion. She might accept. She probably won't. We're going to try to get her some opinion first, and then demand her conversion. She declined. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All is looking good there. We can grab ourselves a perk, and War Profiteer would be nice. Cool. This ransom is acceptable. And we can spend some gold on our buildings here, if we had the gold to spend. That would be fine. Yeah, all these are completely acceptable. And we are going to continue to upgrade over here. Beautiful. These ransoms are all perfectly fine. Excellent. And with that, it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see about continuing to expand our coasts. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Ken2In, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Raw Potato, Elmichi Nazi, Justin Everett, Emiliano Cameron, Martin Lawrence, Jens Graham, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.